Red 2 standing by, all for lit, and in the green. Welcome back to Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, and I finally found where that secret cave I was looking for was. It's here. We can't get there with bomb flowers. Press the right button and kaboom. There we are. One secret cave, which nets its 50 rupees. Whoops. It's pitch black. Okay. There's one pot, which I presume gives us 3 hearts, so we have to defeat all the enemies in here, huh? Why does it keep showing us pitch black rooms? Yep, we're a little dizzy, I did mention that. Where's the other one? And, wait a minute, is this a maze? Oh, that's why it's doing this. This is a maze. This is odd. Didn't leave anything else behind, so that's where I came in. Okay. That was over nice and fast. This is getting bizarre. This is very strange. So do I go through this one? I haven't been down here before. Oh, you guys. Wait, did I just... They did go down in one shot. Huh. That's impressive. So... Yeah, some of these secret caves are really, really weird. So I'm going to get onto what I want to do today soon, but I'm just sort of wandering in a maze. Okay, they're all dead. Oh, rightio, we completed everything and we killed all the enemies. Don't need that many chew jellies. I only need the, whatchamacallits, the blue ones. And this should give me something. So, we go through that little maze for 50 bucks. That's not too bad. Could have been better, could have been worse. It kind of feels like it's going through all the doors in the Petalburg City gym. It's weird. But a fun little diversion. That's what all this is about, just exploring and having a bit of fun. Let's head on out. Now, we're going to be skipping across 3 different islands this episode. I will have to go between Great Fish Island, Mother and Child Isles, and Bomb Island in order to get what I want done. I do not need to go back and get a town flower. What I have right now, the sea flower, is exactly what I need. You can give the town flower to any merchant and you will get the sea flower. Sometimes you can give a flower to more than one merchant, but in some cases it's best to do things in a specific order. I have to take the sea flower to Great Fish Island and the merchant there. Well, it's technically Great Fish Isle, but... Wait, it says Great Fish... Oh, rightio. It is Great Fish Island. I did have it right. So, we will need to find the Goron merchant on Great Fish Island and offer him the sea flower, and we will get the exotic flower. Alright, so we'll have to switch the wind to the north. And find where our merchant buddy is. There's a giant tree that was up Spiral Mountain. Alright, close on in. Still a bit of a mess. There's not really much we can explore, so the merchant should be nearby. You'd think... Ah, yes, he's on a raft. No, do we have... We just have to talk to him, I guess. Wait, no, we can... Why do we want to throw it away? Why is he wearing a bucket? I'm what you call a travelling merchant. Yes, I'm just a cheery fellow who bobs between waves in search of all manner of rare items, cracked and pristine, wild and woolly. I came from distant lands because I heard there was a treasure of great worth on this island. But I can't find a thing. Wait, how is his backpack attached? Oh no, wait, that's part of his shirt sleeve. It does go under his armpit. Okay. I thought perhaps my fate would cross with that most mystic of rare items, the fabled shop guru statue. But it seems as though I am off the mark yet again. By the by, for some reason, looking at that delivery bag of yours gives me the sneaking suspicion that it might have some rare treasure hidden in its depths. If you have anything even slightly out of the ordinary in there, would you mind trading it to me? Anything at all? This knapsack I'm lugging around is stuffed full of all sorts of wondrous things. Why don't you show me what you've got, and I'll show you what I'll trade for it. Huh? That's a sea flower, is it not? In that case, would you be interested in trading that for this exotic flower? Sure. Most worthy, then. My fee will be... I'll give you a huge deal on this. 25 rupees will do just fine. Thanks. That settles things. I'll give you your item as promised. Hold out both hands. There we are, the exotic flower. Blossoms in the tropical regions to the south. Huh. Find a place to put it. Yeah, So, by trading your goods for my goods, we've formed a merchant's oath. As such, from now on I shall honour our merchant's oath by sending shipments of my products to the Windfall Island shop. How, you ask? Why, my good pal the postman will take it there for me, so it will likely get there before you do. Just head back to Windfall Island and see for yourself. Don't get dizzy, the cameraman probably is. Thanks again. So, now we have to head north, as I said. Alright, here we are. Oh. Fine. Did I get that one? No, I didn't. Nice. How many of those do we have anyway? 9 out of the required 15. It's a chore. I don't know why you wouldn't just go to Hollow. Hello, Kurok. Alright, let's go talk to our Goron. There we are. Huh? Why, that's an exotic flower, right? In that case, would you be interested in trading that for this pinwheel? Pity we have to keep stumping up and we can't charge them anything. Most agreeable, and my fee will be... Well, that thing you've got doesn't look so... You... Jerk. Why do I keep getting the raw deals in this? People keep... I get no respect. All the letters get sent cash on delivery to me. These jerk Gorons wind up overcharging me. Oh well, at least I've got the satisfaction that they're going to wind up suffering sometime in the distant future, and now the cameraman's getting dizzy again. Okay, so our destination now is Bomb Island. We can actually kind of keep the wind to the north for this quest, which is really handy because we can warp down to the Forest Haven and just go north. There's our target. Hey, have we met before? Somewhere? Aren't you? No, couldn't be. Wait, is it possible that the Gorons are still alive and they remember Link? Huh. Me? I am but a poor travelling merchant. I travel the world searching for rare objects of all sorts, modern and ancient, foreign and exotic. My dream has always been to someday open my own shop, but plans have a way of getting delayed, and now it's been 30 years since I've started. I mean, look at this guy. He's so poor he can't even afford a crown for his hat. Time certainly laughs at us all, huh? And still, day in, day out, rain or shine, I spend my days looking for curiosities and rare items. Which reminds me, that delivery bag of yours looks like it might have some rare treasure in it. If you happen to have something of the quality that one could put on sale in a shop, would you consider trading it? I have many fine products to trade. If you have something you'd like to trade, could you show it to me, please? So we have to give him the pinwheel? Huh? Why, that's a pinwheel, isn't it? In that case, would you be interested in trading that for this sickle moon flag? Sure. Satisfactory, then my fee will be 40 rupees, maybe? Alright. Thanks, that settles things. And yep, all this gubbins. So we've got the sickle moon flag, and we can take it back to Mother and Child Isles. And cameraman's getting dizzy again. So, back we go. I swear the rain is following me. Let's go with this. We show him the sickle moon flag. And the big catch flag. You're an extortionist. You're as bad as Tingle. I'm gonna chuck you into the ocean. What a jerk. This guy's a real rip-off merchant. I will throw you into the ocean. I will take everything in your pack and throw you into the ocean. Back to Bomb Island. Alright, let's hope this guy's a bit nicer to me. Now this is probably the worst iteration of the trading quest, because depending on which merchant you talk to, they can wind up giving you the same thing back, and it'll sort of screw things up along the way. Oh, now you're being a jerk, extortionists. I'll throw them all into the ocean when I'm done. So, because of the fact that you have to find the specific one who gives you new items, and you can sort of do things out of order, I've just picked a specific order to do things and just sort of written them down. Not to mention that you actually have to stump up for everything. We can now wind up heading back to Great Fish Island, taking the fountain idol there. Where's my ride? There it is. So we head to Great Fish Isle now and hand over the fountain idol there. But yeah, basically, the fact you have to keep stumping up. Nobody else ever has to pay anything, which is really crappy. And the fact that you do have to be so specific where you go, which ones you hand over. Because sometimes you can get the same thing from 2 different merchants, sometimes you can only get it from 1 different merchant. It's so badly implemented. Like, the trading sequence is very straightforward in Link's Awakening, where it was introduced. In part because you actually needed to do the trading quest to beat the game, or at least a little part of it. You actually needed to wind up trading the stick to the monkeys to build the bridge. Well, you needed to wind up getting the stick from the monkeys to build the bridge to Canalet that would allow you to get into Canalet Castle the back way. So it was actually fairly easy to do. There is a cave there. Right there. If I set my Deku Leaf... The wind... Ride the... Oh no, I'm not making that. Okay, and I'm nearly out of magic too. I thought I could make it. Maybe I needed a northeaster? Northwest? Yeah, northwest. That's not helpful. Oh well, let's get the fountain idol back. Sir! The statue. I can almost imagine Link carrying that in the same way that James May winds up... James May winds up carrying the statue in the Top Gear Vietnam special that he winds up nicknaming after ballet dancer Darcy Bustle. You're all going in the ocean at the end of this. You're all drowning. Wait, those are bubbles, aren't they? Those are like... Hang on. So there's an Ocarina of Time style bubble at the top. There's something with 3 eyes. And then there's something else that I don't recognize. How on earth do I get into that cave on top of that? So I would really like to find that out. Do I need the hook shot? Hopefully I can get some magic. Might be able to use the hook shot depending on how far it reaches. But yeah, I'm going to have to swim out to Spiral Mountain and I need magic. I have definitely run out of magic. Alright, where do I have to go next? Mother and Child Isles. Set sail! You know, keeping on the stupid trend of X predicted Y because X had an incredibly vaguely tangential aspect which could possibly be somehow related to Y if you squinted really hard and did some ridiculous mental gymnastics due to the fact that there are very basic common elements involved. I'm convinced that Wind Waker predicted Breath of the Wild because you keep winding up with rain at inconvenient times. I mean, at least they bothered to improve that in Tears of the Kingdom. You can actually get stuff that will help you climb in slippery conditions. But they also added icy walls, which is a pain in the backside. So you really have to go and get your special potions for things. Gonna put it out there, Tears of the Kingdom is interesting enough, but I didn't suit and didn't really connect a huge amount with Breath of the Wild, and I'm admittedly not really connecting that much with this one. Suppose it's just different strokes for different folks and all that. I'm having a lot more fun playing Pokemon Platinum in my spare time. Which I am going to throw a bit of shade around and say, you know, that was actually the good Sinnoh remake. That was basically, the fact we had that was pretty much what I'd been saying for ages, that we didn't need Sinnoh remakes because we had Platinum version. And if you were going to remake Diamond and Pearl, there was no point. You might as well have been just remaking Platinum because Platinum was that much better, and they sort of half-assed it with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Thank you! Thank you! I might actually spare you from a watery demise. And we have to duck back to Great Fish Island. Wait, no, Big Sail has to go to Bomb Island, sorry. Bomb Island, then back to Great Fish, then Mother and Child, and then Great Fish again. So we're nearly done. We're getting there, we're getting there. Mind you, I might stop off on the shore at the Forest Haven and grab some magic, but yet a lot of people have been clamoring for Sinnoh remakes for a while, but like the problem was Diamond and Pearl, they were fantastic games apart from the slow game speed. On a lot of technical terms, they were excellent. They brought wireless connectivity. They gave us the physical special split. They did a whole lot of really fancy technical things, updated the game engine, and they had gorgeous graphics. Generation 4 games include, and that's including the likes of the Johto remakes. They really were brilliant. But honestly, I wasn't that I think they had a real love letter going with the DS era in general. It's not that Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were bad, because I love the Hoenn games, and I do like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. But I don't quite like them as much as I like Emerald version, because they just sort of redid Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire and didn't actually bother to put the important elements that made Emerald so good in there. Like, it's really unfortunate because Emerald was such a good game with so much content. It was challenging. And there were some bits that you really had to figure out on your own, like all the stuff with the Battle Palace and how a Pokemon's nature affected the way they battled. But there was a lovely sense of achievement with it. I loved doing the Battle Frontier. It was really nice. The characters were underused. The sheer range of content and the fact that the two villainous teams were actually used fairly well. That was actually pretty impressive. They did a lot of really good stuff with Emerald, and like X and Y were a nice tech demo in a sense. They showed off what could be done. I don't quite think they built enough with it on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire because they didn't add all the things that made Emerald great. If they'd even added just a few of those and not kicked us in the nuts with what they did with the Battle Maison and just giving us the model of the Battle Frontier. Okay, so not every player is going to want to try it, but let people actually have a go. I think they said that people found it too hard or something like that. Yes, it's challenging, but even some of us casual players want it. And the fact that the game had been getting so much easier to actually put together competitive teams. Why not have that opportunity? Something like the Battle Frontier would be more accessible now than ever before because of all the things. Like, I can get a Pokemon at competitive spec almost effortlessly in Scarlet and Violet. And I like that because it makes competitive battling accessible for all of us. Because we don't all have the time. Heroes flag. I'm gonna throw them in the water. Right, there we go. Now we go back to Great Fish Island. Yeah, I just think they could have done more. Like, and I think though probably what's hampering Pokemon these days is that the crunch and the need to have everything on a schedule means that the games can't be polished. And that's a problem because, like, okay, technically speaking, Scarlet and Violet were a bit of a mess with hilarious glitches. But in terms of content, in terms of the way things were approached, they were absolutely fantastic. I love that freedom. I love being able to wander around and do my own thing at my own time and take on different challenges depending on what my mood was. I loved the character designs. They've been hitting it out of the park with the character designs. Like, James Turner's character designs have been fantastic. Ken Sugimori's character designs have been fantastic as well, and whoever's doing the character designs besides those two, because they're the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. They've been hitting it out of the park, like, and I think they had an absolute gem on their hands when they designed Larry. He feels like such a homage to the older generation of Pokemon fans. Because, like, here's this exhausted-looking salaryman stuck in all these difficult jobs. He works 3 jobs, the poor guy. But he still loves Pokemon. Despite being exhausted, despite being haggard and just being an ordinary guy, he still loves Pokemon and gets out there and trains. And I think that was fantastic. I wish they'd had more time in the oven. Postman statue. Very nice. So I basically head to the north. He dies. He absolutely dies. These rip-off merchants are draining my wallet just as badly as Tingle is. They're all done. This side quest is a fantastic... This side quest and everything I'm talking about with the Pokemon games is probably a fantastic demonstration of the perils of capitalism, how the people who actually do the work for the big businessmen are frequently getting screwed over in the name of profiteering. Like, because that's the thing with the Pokemon games. They have to be out they pretty much have to be out every year. They have to be out on a set deadline. There's no room, no time to just let them fix things up, get it right, and try to make them the best it can be. Like, Tears of the Kingdom was apparently ready in 2022, but Eiji Aonuma decided that the game should have a year in the oven to just polish everything, refine everything, optimize everything, and, like, I may not necessarily be the biggest fan of the game, but holy cow, when it's, like, it's pretty much usually on, and it is on. It's impressive. It's not perfect. There are some little flaws along the way, but you can just feel that they put the effort in. The Pokemon Company needs to do that because it just feels like Game Freak's employees. They certainly could hire some more people to help them out. They could ask the Pokemon Company to give them more staff to help out because that's an option. But the Pokemon Company also needs to realize that I think they need to take a step back, stop profiteering, and realize that a lot of us would be incredibly happy if we got a game that wasn't made under crunch, wasn't sort of just hashed out. Because I think that's what's happened with Pokemon. It's still good. There's still plenty of good to be found in Pokemon. It's just that it's suffering under the problems of needing to make as much money as possible. Don't cut corners. Don't cut corners. Let the game be as good as it possibly can be. Because if a delayed game is eventually good, a rushed game will be bad forever. That's what it is. Yeah, I've probably frustrated a few people with my rants about capitalism and things like that. I mean, I'm not sure if there's really any political system that is actually going to be advantageous for anyone. It's like capitalism sucks, communism sucks, pretty much everything sucks unless we really, really work together and try to create a society that does benefit people. We've got to try and support one another and not sacrifice people on the altar of massive profits. Because that's a surefire way to stifle creative beauty. We do have to stump up a lot for this. That one I'm happy to pay for, because if we take it down to the merchant at Great Fish Isle, we get a heart piece. Only from him. So, yeah. I suppose that's sort of it's been the frustrating thing with a lot of stuff. Just, I can't always articulate my thoughts on matters very well. It's very easy for me to get a bit flustered and frustrated, and I don't always articulate my thoughts very well. But I really do think that we need to focus a little bit more on creativity, on letting people develop their passions and not automating things. Don't just push it out for money, because that's when you start cutting corners to try and get money, that's when disasters happen. Especially if you wind up cutting corners on safety regulations, because the lesson, don't skimp on safety regulations, usually winds up being hammered home by someone dying. And usually somebody who needed that job to support their family winds up dying. So please take care of one another. I urge you to do that at the end of each project. Look after yourselves and be good to one another. And celebrate creativity. Celebrate creativity and let people create, and don't grind it under the cruelty which can flourish in capitalism, or indeed under any political system. There we go. So, the heart piece has been acquired. Very nice. Very nice. We can also head back to Zanari's shop, but I really want to see what's in that little cave over here. I think there's something interesting. So let's cruise over. I'll wrap the episode up on that, I think. Might be a little bit short, but I wanted to dedicate an episode to actually doing this, and you just sort of got me ranting a little bit. Sorry about that, it happens like that sometimes. You just got to get a few things off your chest, but yeah, we're essentially constantly having to pay to ultimately make somebody else a whole lot of money. We're doing all the hard work, and a whole lot of people are making money off our hard work, so I suppose There was something accurate in my little rant, but I suppose it's not what everybody's here for. Yep, I needed it to the northwest.
Yep.
Let's go. There should be something good in here, I think. We're going to... There's a chest. This is good. What are we gonna get? Hey, another heart piece. Nice! Nice, nice, nice indeed. That is a good way to wrap it up. That just warms my heart a little bit. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Now, I wonder what I should do next. Let's have a look at the... I know I will eventually need to go to Gale Island, Northern Ferry. I can't do anything on Overlook Island. I might experiment with the flight control platform. Thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, this is Red 2, returning to base.